I'm back bringing you the latest news about our beloved Barcelona. That's why I ask you to stay until the end of the video, and make sure to subscribe to the channel to always stay well informed. In this video, you'll see how Barcelona is preparing for the first clash against Inter Milan. We'll also take a look at information about the referee who will officiate this match. You'll find out about the possible punishment for Real Madrid's Antonio Rudiger after his aggression toward the referee. And finally, we'll talk about Hansi Flick's record surpassing the spectacular Pep Guardiola. With no time to celebrate the Copa del Rey title, Barcelona now faces Inter Milan this Wednesday, 30th, at 4 p.m. Brasilia time, in the first leg of the 2024-25 UEFA Champions League semi-finals at the Luis Companys Olympic Stadium. Hansi Flick's team defeated Real Madrid 3-2 in extra time over the weekend, winning their second trophy of the season and once again beating their biggest rival, 4 months after their Spanish Super Cup victory. Barca's coaching staff is eagerly awaiting news on whether Lewandowski will be fit to play at least a few minutes after his muscle injury, but Fermín López is expected to start regardless of the Polish striker's condition. This will be only the second time Barcelona faces Inter in a European knockout stage, aiming to reach the final, something they couldn't achieve in the 2009-10 season. Barcelona's probable starting 11 against Inter Milan, Szczesny, got emotional after the Copa del Rey win, showing how right his decision was to come out of retirement and return to top-tier football, performing at a very high level. Jules Koundé, one of the best fullbacks this season worldwide, thanks to his ability to find tiny spaces to escape pressure and deliver key passes. Pau Cubarsí, established as a defensive pillar due to his excellent passing accuracy and above-average focus for an 18-year-old. Ronald Araujo. The Uruguayan stands out, especially in aerial duels, proving crucial throughout the La Liga season in clearing dangerous balls. Gerard Martin has shown solid possession control and aerial duel ability this season, despite struggling in physical challenges against stronger opponents. Gavi still needs to improve his finishing and show he can stop plays without committing many fouls to balance his excellence in physical play. Pedri could also fill this role. De Jong. The Dutchman secured his place in midfield through highly accurate short passes and effective long balls into the final third, also contributing defensively in blocks and tackles. Fermín López. Despite some inconsistency, he has proven to be one of the best starters when it comes to dribbling opponents and frequently hitting the target. Lamine Yamal has improved physically and tactically this season to complement his exceptional dribbling and passing skills, playing a crucial role in central areas. Rafinha recovered from his dip in form after the last international break and is back to performing at a high level, known for his spectacular passes that create clear scoring chances. Ferran Torres stepped up when Lewandowski was out and is fully capable of maintaining a high level against Inter, especially with his crosses, long-range shots, and free kicks. The referee has already been announced for this Wednesday's UEFA Champions League semi-final first leg between Barcelona and Inter Milan, which will take place at the Estadi Olympique Luis Companys in Montjuic. A historic clash 6 years later. The match will be officiated by Clément Turpin, one of the most respected referees in European football. In charge of VAR will be Jérôme Brizard. It's no coincidence that Turpin was considered the best European referee of the 2021-2022 season. The 42-year-old Frenchman also officiated the 14th Champions League title won by Real Madrid, held on May 28, 2022, in Saint-Denis, between Real Madrid and Liverpool, the penultimate continental title for Los Blancos. The French referee crosses paths with the Spanish teams once again, having recently officiated the second leg of the Europa League quarter-final between Spain and the Netherlands, which was decided by penalties on March 23rd. Just a few weeks earlier, he refereed the first leg of the Champions League round of 16 between Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid, which ended 2-1, and shortly afterward, He also officiated the first leg of the playoff match between Manchester City and Real Madrid, which ended in a 3-2 win for Madrid. In addition, he also officiated the Europa League return leg at San Mamés between Athletic Club de Bilbao and Roma, where Ernesto Valverde's team won 3-1, and he recently refereed Betis's away match in the Conference League quarter-final second leg against Jagiellonia, which ended in a 1-1 draw. In total, he has already officiated 12 UEFA competition matches this season, in addition to 3 games in League A of the Nations League. Now, the irresponsible behavior of Antonio Rudiger will have serious consequences for him. The final moments of the Copa del Rey final between Barcelona and Real Madrid on Saturday, 26th, were very tense for the merengue side. Jules Koundé's goal, which secured the victory and the title for the Catalans, came in the 11th minute of extra time and forced Carlo Ancelotti's side to push for an equalizer. As a result, the Madrid side was furious when referee Ricardo de Burgos Bengoechea called a foul on Kylian Mbappé as the Frenchman was heading toward the goal defended by Szczesny in the final moments. Antonio Rudiger and Lucas Vázquez, who had already been substituted, and Jude Bellingham were all shown straight red cards for their reaction to the call. Rudiger was the most outraged, and his conduct was highlighted in the referee's report. The 32-year-old defender was expelled for throwing an object from the technical area, as described by the referee. According to BBC Sport, the object was an ice cube. The Spanish Football Federation's RFEF disciplinary code provides sanctions for cases like the German defenders. If considered an act of minor violence, he falls under Article 101 and may be suspended for 4 to 12 matches. He also faces the risk of harsher penalties if the act is considered an attempted aggression against the referees, according to Article 104. In this case, the suspension ranges from 3 to 6 months if it's a single act with no consequences. If regulators determine there was serious risk, the penalty increases to 6 months to 1 year. Rudiger took to social media on Sunday, 27th, to apologize and expressed regret for his actions. "We played a very good game from the second half onward. After 111 minutes, I could no longer help my team, and before the final whistle, I made a mistake," he wrote. The other 2 expelled players, Vázquez and Bellingham, could be suspended for 2 to 3 games, according to the newspaper AS. Now, going back to our Barcelona, there's a special record reached by Hansi Flick. Hansi Flick began his journey at Barça in the best possible way after winning the Spanish Super Cup 5-2 in Saudi Arabia and the Copa del Rey 3-2 in Seville, both against Real Madrid. With these 2 wins, the German coach has won his first 7 finals as a manager, surpassing Pep Guardiola's 6 final victories during his time at FC Barcelona. Well, that's what I had to bring you today, for those who want to know everything about our great Barcelona. And you, how many matches do you think Rudiger should be suspended for not accepting defeat? Leave your answer below in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, like and share it. A big hug and see you in the next video.